Good evening, Tammy. It's 7 p.m. About to start the Bakersfield regular select meeting of August 24th, 2026. Thank you, everyone, for attending. We're at the previous, one of these times we should probably start, well, I'll bring that up later. Do a pledge of allegiance at the start of these meetings. Just blows my mind. That's me. But we could do, I did it at 7 p.m. Thank you. You guys were talking. Shouldn't we go to the previous minutes?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes as written for the last meeting.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded, made by Lance, seconded by Ann. Approve the previous minutes as presented from the last meeting. All those in favor?
I abstained as I was not here at the last meeting.
That is accurate. Okay, the second part of the agenda, Tom is not here. It's for the first. Anything other on the consent agenda?
Nope.
Look at us, Gal. We're cruising now. All right, to the visitors. Here, we have the visitors written. Does anyone have anything to present, or are you all here to witness? Witness, witness, witness. Perfect. Moving on to sixth lane. Alex, the show's on you, and look how quick we've got to you. So let's keep that in mind, Alex.
You're warmed up.
Alex Berkeley, grant updates. Welcome, Alex. Can you move is the mic on?
It's on.
Can you move it more towards you? More towards me? Other way. Go ahead and say something real quick.
Hello. Hi, John.
Better.
Good. Cool. All right. Just started an agreement contract at the end of July. We've been busy on a couple of things. So we've used about 7.25 hours so far. Since the last meeting, I did a few things. The Franklin County Natural Resources Conservation District contacted us. They had some ideas about shed projects and things. I think he basically said we should invite them to a meeting, and that was that. Yeah.
They came.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. Sent some contact for the West Regional Planning Commission. I know Nikki would probably follow up on that too, so we can talk about that in a minute. The NPC is also advertising Vermont municipal planning grants, so that's another thing to possibly explore with them in terms of sidewalk scoping study. I know you might have updates about that.
Might.
You might. Town have been busy with the Village Trust Initiative application. That's come around really nicely in terms of an idea for the transformation of the upstairs of this building and could be done with it to build community. And so that application, I think, is pretty close to done. If we get some feedback from our working group that we've had.
When's that due again?
Due on September 8th, which is below. It's like the first opportunity on your report there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, well, what we from tonight is, and I think Amber's got it probably, there's a lot of support that is required of the select board and site control for the group that would be formed. Again, we're forming a brand new nonprofit organization that would run the programming out of the space, collaborate with the select board on renovations for the building and changes to the space infrastructure that would need to be made.
Just make sure you keep the state involved in that too, because once you start working on this building, you have to bring it up to current fire code.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
but,
just, make sure
yep.
that you touch base with them on that.
Yeah.
So it isn't a surprise to you.
Yeah, we talked about that with the working group and made reference to it in our application because it asked, about limitations and things to the space.
The ADA stuff that you're gonna get.
Say that again.
It's gonna be a lot of ADA stuff. that you're
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, yeah.
get with, yeah.
They're saying that they're going to provide technical assistance to help us through all that process, as well as some funding for the physical changes to the space. So
We know about the fire escape.
Yep.
That's one big thing. And then, of course,
Sprinklers,
sprinklers.
smoke detectors.
And then,
I
of
don't.
course,
I
some
don't
kind of
think
way to
we
get
touched
the
the
elderly.
bulb.
up
The
on
bulb's the
second
only
floor.
other thing, I'm not sure, because the bulb doesn't meet current code, but it was put in when it was code compliant, so you should be okay.
The
Are
code.
you going to grandfather this fall here?
The other thing, is this building historical? Is it on the historical registry?
No.
'Cause that makes a difference sometimes.
Could it be?
We'll have to list it as part of this.
That makes a difference
Yeah.
sometimes. If it's historical, then there's a different way the code kind of looks at that.
So other than some additional grant research in preparation for this one, I think that's it. So I don't know if we want to go talk about the trust documents or anything like that. I know that we need to get those moving so we can submit the application.
Yeah. Do you want to see the draft application at all? Or
I
do-
trust you.
I think we need to, because when we lost the power, we missed the motion for the signing of that the last time, the first document, if you remember.
Mhm.
Do we want to get that covered under,
do this now or
yeah, let's,
down here?
do we put it on it while we're talking about it, aren't we? So we can do it here since we're talking about it in the grant section.
I will have to abstain from that.
Will tell us what we're looking at.
Well, we have, can you explain their titles again that were required, and I will. ask-
The documents.
Yeah.
So one is just a letter of support for the project, which is pretty standard, saying like you support the formation of this village trust.
Right.
And you know, you're behind it, you'll collaborate with it. And then one is a site control letter. So essentially, it's required in the application saying that the group that's going to be formed can use the space, right, and is in control of the use of the space. You know, obviously, so we've drafted what's in front of you to be pretty flexible, right? Saying that if we are successful in getting this award, that there's a 1 year grace period essentially to figure out the plans for the space in collaboration with you. With, you know, at that time, you know, negotiation for a longer term lease of the space or agreement that would need to be in place.
But I had sent it to you previously. This hasn't changed, just has the letterhead on it.
And this is the group that would be determining the events or whatever would be the Village Trust Initiative Group, which is.
Yeah, Village Trust.
Yeah,
Right now.
it become the Bakersfield Village Trust or Bakersfield Community Trust or something along those
But
lines.
it's local folks who are controlling this.
Correct. Yeah, there are 9 of us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Perfect. 9.
Yeah.
So do we need a motion to sign these letters? So I would make the motion that we ask John as the chair to sign the letter of support and also the site control letter to the members of the Bakersfield Community Trust.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to have me sign the documentation presented by the Village Trust Initiative folks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Abstaining.
Since I'm signing, I guess I should abstain, but I don't care. We're
You
abstaining.
can vote to sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will sign these documents. Photo opportunity.
Yes.
He would be signing anyway. John would be signing as chair.
We're trying to keep Amber's role separate because it cannot be a municipally led initiative, right? Even though you very close collaborators, the group that has formed has to be the lead.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so that's done. Now, as for part 2, you had something as well, Nikki?
Has to take the lead on, it has to be the driving group behind the application.
Can't be the governmental wing of it. What do you have, Nick?
So we had, if you remember, Orana was here last meeting, I think, to talk about the 2 water projects that she, actually it wasn't Orana, it was her colleague. Anyway, she has come up with dates. We just got an email and she said, I'd like to visit the property at the Bakersfield Fire District, owned by the Bakersfield Fire District on the 31st. And that would be at 10:30, wanting to know if any of us would like to be there at I'm sorry, 2 different pieces. The gravel pit parcel, August 31st at 10:30. I can't make that. I don't know if
What's the
anybody
date?
else can. It's a Monday. And then she's questioning us about the property owned by the fire district. She would like to visit that on the 31st as well, but so far has not been able to get a hold of Matt to arrange that.
31st.
So can we facilitate
Monday?
that?
Next Monday, 10:30 a.m. I'm not sure I can do it.
That's Labor Day. No, it isn't.
No, it's the following week is Labor.
Uh, yeah, I could do it, I guess.
Can you? Okay. Yeah, I can't commit because I'm supposed to be working and earning my day job, but if I can get away.
Pays the bills.
The thing that actually pays the bills. So
I'm happy to respond to her. Do you want me to say to meet here at 10:15?
Okay, what's her name again?
It's Arena Brand, Brand.
31st, let me just see what my calendar looks like real quick. Oh no, I've got meetings out the keister.
Make it, we'll see.
I do not believe I will be able to attend
Okay.
unless a miracle happens.
I will copy Lance. I'll copy everybody.
Yeah, please.
And then this question of connecting with Max. So she had his phone number, but he's
Yeah, I
probably
saw-
not recognizing the number and not.
Well, I talked to Mac election day last week. Was it last week? Election day? Whatever it was. I talked to him during election day and Mac had, I had given him forewarning that she will be reaching out to him to talk about the fire district and he said, okay. So I don't know if she's actually called him or not.
She says
She had.
that she had tried reaching out to him a few times and haven't gotten a response. Any ideas on a better way to get in touch rather than
He
call
looks
him?
at the yellow house if you try. Just say
Bring him.
sits right at the front porch until he comes in. He's gonna make a break eventually.
That
Sorry.
was it. So it looks like those two projects will be
In process.
in process. That's very positive.
Um,
And they're giving you money to do it?
well, we'll see that.
Hmm.
We'll check that out if
There
there's.
is a match, I think. I
What they
can't
ask.
remember what she said.
I thought she said they did it.
Or maybe there isn't. I think it just needed to be the support.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the young lady who came and talked. Yeah, she said we'll just have to support the initiative if I remember right. So I don't think that there's.
So I think then after this meeting, this little walk around, maybe we'll have a vote the following.
Yeah, we'll have to sit down, discuss, get her to map out what her plans are and make sure that it shows that there's no, I think I even asked that question if there's a cost to the town and she said no, but
Yeah.
we'll,
Get that
we'll have
in
it
writing.
and then we can move it along.
Sidewalks, I did connect with Kyle at. Hang on.
NRPC? Yes, yeah.
And he, wonderful man, found the 2004 feasibility study.
Okay,
So we have that.
Okay.
And it was my lapse. I didn't follow up with him and say, okay, that's 24 years old. What do we need to do now? He did mention in his email that there are some grants that are available to help with that. I don't know what the timeline is. Are we bumping up against a deadline?
No, so we were talking about that in the context, further down in my report, it's the Vermont Transportation Alternatives Grant.
Okay.
It's anticipated that it'll open in the fall. Last year, I think applications were due November, so we do have a couple months. It'll be here before we know it though. Yeah.
What did I do with that? Did I give it to you? No. It was on my phone. Anyway, he did mention. I know you did. I know.
It's probably.
I've got it right here. He said.
Got it right here. I'll sorry you.
Oh, much easier to read. I can see he's writing on my phone. Accessibility modification grants. Yeah. He said there were 2 or 3. So
Yeah.
there's money to help.
Yep.
all right.
I think the
So
next,
hopefully I'll have an update
okay.
next meeting on.
Yeah, I mean, the one we're looking at, the Vermont Transportation Alternatives isn't open yet, so we have time. We just wanted to kind of get ahead of it so that we knew what we needed to do. And we could write the grant for like this, any studies that need to happen or things like that.
Better Connections grant application. was
Better
one that he
Connections.
mentioned. And the municipal planning grant. Yes, sorry, it took me a minute to find that.
Yep. The municipal planning grant is what I emailed you about.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
So yes, more to follow. Yeah.
Before we move on to the next, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to statement on what we've already covered? No, we're all good so far?
Yes.
Go ahead, Alex. Take this one.
To the current potential opportunities, some of these we talked about in the course of our discussion. The trust initiative we've already done. One opportunity I want to alert to is the Vermont Municipal Park and Ride Grant Program. They have $150,000 available statewide for park and ride facilities. Housing at least 10 vehicles for parking spots. The only rule is that it has to be really close to a state highway, which a lot of here would be. So I was viewing it as a potential opportunity if you wanted to use one of the parking lots as a facility parking for public. You might be able to get some money to like upgrade your parking situations around these buildings. Take it or leave it, I guess. The next one on the list is the Vermont Communities Grant, Building Communities Grants. This one would probably be mostly for the library under educational facilities, or if we had a better concept for upstairs, maybe the group next year could take advantage of this one. It's up to $25,000, so it's not a ton. It does require a 1-to-1 match. The challenge with some of these, including another one below, is that the 1-to-1 match can't be state or federal dollars. So like, it'd be great if we could say, oh, we invested 25 grand from MERP or something like that and match it. But a separate pot to match it. So that's a challenge. But that one's due September 30th, if there's interest in that. Same true is true with the 1-to-1 match on the Vermont Historic Preservation Grant. I thought it's historic buildings in downtown centers. It could benefit the Hearst House, Carriage Barn, Historical Society, Brigham. Library we've said is now eligible for a historic preservation listing. Yep. So pretty much any structure that the town owns could apply for this. The Vermont Transportation Alternatives we've talked about before, that was the one we were talking about, that could fund the sidewalk study, date of the sidewalk study. And then the last one is the state has opened up the Vermont Community Development Program, the CDBG Community Development Block Grants. These are pretty intense applications, but there is a pre-application that would be due on January 13th. They have a few different things, kind of avenues of this grant. One is for accessibility modifications to buildings, so ADA compliance. Implementation grants, so those are really things around housing and infrastructure. Planning grants, so I was thinking of the library in this one. When they want to do their big expansion, they might need a new septic system or like architectural drawings, things like that. A planning grant could help cover some of those items to kind of get the ducks in a row. And then you probably wouldn't be doing the scattered site grants. That's more about housing all over the place, but that's out there. It's a big application if you were to be invited for a full application, but the pre-application is not so bad. I'll stop there for questions about any of those opportunities.
Where is the library? Not where is the library? I know it's just.
Yeah, that's actually.
What are they doing in terms of their because that
Yeah.
expansion project we were gung ho 3 years ago, drawings, everything else, and now we're
Yep.
had to step back from that.
So that's a good transition into my next bullet point under other business. So we applied through the Vermont Department of Libraries through their Public Facilities Preservation Initiative. Our application was for about $215,000 for it was an ADA accessibility grant. The challenge is with that grant, we weren't allowed to expand the footprint of the building. So if you're talking about putting a bathroom in there that's ADA accessible, you're going to take out a quarter of that space,
Yeah.
right? So we had applied anyway, and we said we would like to do a bump out to the building. So jet out of the back, rerouting the ramp, creating a side entrance to that. Hadley recently met with the folks reviewing the applications, asked her some additional follow-up questions about it, said we were on the short list for funding.
Oh, good.
they're gonna announce it in October. They asked Hadley if we had included money for environmental study. We had, but Hadley said she didn't think we did and added $10,000 to the budget, so we're probably looking at $225,000. And so if they are successful with that, I'm in conversation with the Rural Economic Development Initiative. They can possibly fund my work to do some additional fundraising and project management for them on the project. It would cost you nothing. The trustees would need to approve it, submit a scope of work. I have to submit a scope of work for them. But what I would say is we've included money for an architect, we've included money for septic permitting and design, all of the hoops that you got to jump through for a big construction project like that. I think you could probably leverage the money if you get it to draw the bigger designs along with the bump out, the only option, and then like what's our bigger dream. So I think you could probably leverage that money to do more. And then I would to advise the trustees to go through ready to support me applying for like a CDBG grant to try to get the rest of the money for the whole project. The other piece is we've got this conversation happening up here about programming. Who's on the board of trustees for the library, is a part of that working group and is totally on board of the library trying to bring some programming over here if that project happens. So we'll know in October. But it sounds promising, and Hadley was encouraged by the conversation she had with them.
That's great.
It'd be big.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my whole other update. So, but yeah, then you could possibly pay me up to $7,500 to write additional grants to fund the rest of the work.
Awesome.
Or another consultant if you prefer, but.
Any questions for Alex?
Good job.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
Appreciate the
Awesome.
work.
All right, well, we'll get the trust initiative stuff submitted. I'm gonna give the group till the end of this week to make their comments and then probably submit it next week ahead of deadline.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Linda, are you here to witness or you have something you want to talk about before we move on?
I'm interested in the wooden chairs for the historical society. You guys are gonna get rid of them. They'd be beneficial. Over there, there's events that we have with them. These would be more appropriate for than the table and chairs that we have.
We'll
So,
deliver them all.
so Linda, do you want
Access.
to? Linda, since you weren't on the mic, can I just reiterate what you said?
Yes.
Are you okay? So Linda is requesting that if we decide to move forward with the chair program and replace them, that the Historical Society is interested in a bunch, if not all, of the chairs.
We'll give
We have them on the second floor too.
I like
you
that.
know,
Keep
they
them in
would
the
be-
middle.
They don't go in, but the Historical Society says you can absolutely somehow figure out how to get those chairs to you.
It's easy access right at the ramp and we'll fix a place in that side room
There you go.
for storage.
Because we have these chairs down here and we have chairs upstairs. And Lance says he has a whole bunch of chairs in the barn.
You do?
No. Brigham, I'm teasing him.
And there's still some Brigham as well.
But we can move whatever out of here that you
Sort out the bad.
and then you could tell us, you can look through it and say these are bad and these are the good, because there are unfortunately
I
some
will
of
help with
those.
that. If you have some that you don't want to repair, put them in a pile outside and get somebody to help me, and I'll come up with my dump trailer and take them away for you.
Okay, great, appreciate it.
Thank you.
If there are that we want, we had also talked about opening up to the community if anybody would like to have a little piece of history.
Thank you.
So the goal is that we home as many of these chairs as we can.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Good.
the safe ones.
Thank you, Linda. We appreciate it. Al, come on down.
Coming down.
What you do with the warrants?
What's that?
What you do with the warrants?
Passing by.
Haven't seen. All
They went that way.
right, so go ahead. Alan, Portland, town of Bakersfield. Just wanted to touch base. I was out the last meeting there. Oh, man. That was quite the storm we had. That, but that definitely wasn't. I was in- Probably,
Any serious damage?
It's held up by trees, a few trees that come down. Just trying to cut things and it got dark, but we got it. Nick and I took care of it. Other than that, things just finished up some seeding up, so we can, there's a spot we have to go back up, the ditch is a little, try to add some stone or something to it. If my voice is a little off, it's obviously because I can't hear this one. You have like a mono now. So, there was some ditching and shoulder removal. Egypt Road. It's coming along pretty good. At the same time, we had a sand in the sand pit. So being dry weather, follow suit as last year. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to some sand up because I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of ice this winter. Hope that's not the case. El Nino, the warmer temperatures are just it's not a good thing. Straightforward. I'm hoping to get some rain, like we had a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but we need some rain and freshen up the grade. I'm actually impressed that they've, with the amount of traffic that we have, they've held up the way they are. There are some problems, and, I get it. I certainly wouldn't drive. So you just slow down just a little bit, and you'll get there. Trucks are very good. We had one. Mentioned to put it up on a marketplace or whatnot. I think we like a sealed bid or something so we can get out of it. It's actually locked up on it. We can't move it. So we're gonna have to address that, kind of jimmy rig something so we can get it so somebody can move it. But that's still on the docket. I'd like to try to see if we can get as much out of that thing as possible because you guys all know our vote is sit through this winter. It's just really hard. And we just
Did you talk to Mike Horgan or anybody about keeping an eye out? Sometimes, once in a while they get a lease back or something in decent shape that might be a little bit cheaper than my umbrella.
have situation he had like 3 months ago that I went and looked at and for the price it seemed well heck we can straight up buy that just it wasn't in its interest. So I think that's going to be the thing when you find stuff like that. The price of everything now, people are just for to the time like ours exactly. We can
Goes down, can we use the excavator?
you're asking me about stuff to get back up to people trucks or whatnot. It's definitely going to take. It's just such a critical piece of equipment for us. And so anywhere we can to try to save that, I'm all in on just because I just have that feeling. And just
Others is by the sound of it.
Can you do a lease to purchase on those lands where you'd have a monthly payment versus
I
buying it?
don't know what they're doing now.
but yeah, I mean, if all else fails, if something does happen, that's going to be things that we're going to pursue.
think it would be a grand idea to figure out our options now before it's an
Yeah.
emergency and we're backed
Yeah.
into a corner.
Reports on.
Yeah.
equipment.
Is there a grant?
And ask for, what their deal is with lease
Right.
agreements.
Right.
We got a great truck they can have as a trade-in.
Together.
I knew the guys were talking when they picked up the new van at Keystone. They were selling, Tucson,
Yes.
and they kind of browsed at them pretty quick, and they looked like pretty decent motors. Half the price
Yeah.
of the big name brands. I mean, at this point, that's decent, but just something to keep on the radar. I really like to try to reach as many dollars as we can.
You'll definitely include them when you,
Yeah.
go
The
after
quotes.
quotes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quotes on it, We'll take a look at it.
Of course, I spoke to you guys earlier. Austin Post intersection is still, as far as I know, on the bucket for September, October. For repaving, which will definitely be good. I drove up King Road today coming from that intersection. Oof. It's bad. There's some holes there. I'm honestly surprised we haven't had complaints.
Drive over it all the time.
It's just
Cold patch doesn't stay,
Just the honest
Right
speed they come off.
Yeah.
just
so.
breaks up and a couple, passes, so.
I mean, things are, of course, dealing with occasional moves now.
Thank you for doing the tree on the campus.
Yeah.
Just no ask us
I
that.
broke it off that night because I was afraid kids were gonna walk under it and it was, you guys did it the next.
Well, I was actually on vacation, but I'm hoping they got the right one.
They did.
Because they were like,
Maker, it was caught in the top of one tree and hanging up on the other tree. So I was really worried about somebody.
Yeah, I'm glad you wrote that off because
well, that was, took the charge on that. He got a hold of Shane, and Shane's already in the system, and he took care of it, MSOP, and that's definitely a good resource. Because I feel like half the tree's gone now, it's only a matter of time for a row
yeah.
comes down. But other than that,
Yeah, plenty.
thoughts on
The pit survey.
the pet service? I just got the bill for Bernard Jarvis for marking out the initial zones for us, which has definitely helped out big time. Not to backtrack a little bit, but we did a catch basin retention pond to spec to where they marked it out, so we're good there. So we should be following it better sort of stormwater problem. That's one of the things the state likes to see is that far as the survey for the town garage.
Yeah.
They haven't got back to me yet. I'm guessing they're booked up, they're out of it. Talked to Jarvis, he said that definitely was gonna be some time because of Act 250 and residents that is there, that would be.
Okay.
He said if that wasn't the case, things would probably be different. So that's all I don't think about that. I do so.
You need to schedule, the fire department need to schedule their training for CPR AED first aid to be in the pit. So we get that done. We'll probably pick a Saturday morning, we were talking.
Yep.
Like an 8 to noon type of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's me.
You're gonna have her schedule it out for you.
Let's go.
Just town garage survey and the pit survey, fiscal year 27 grant initiatives. Have we been working on that with Alan? Or Alan, have you been working on the grants for 27 fiscal year?
There's no updates on that. So we have a grant for it's an aid for a culvert project.
I'm also.
I think there's like 100 towns that are kind of the same. You have to pick a project and you have to have them come in and see it. To see if it qualifies for it. And we certainly could have done that on King Road, but time is of the essence. Right now, we can't wait for somebody to come and say, hey, like,
Have you seen this?
That's some of what I'm alluding to. I didn't know it was in the mail today, but
Well, you basically have to pick a road, a project, to come schedule it, see if it's hydraulically connected or not. So it's,
Well, we should identify a road and try to get it going. I know that what you're saying is when the road's out, we need to repair it, but we should try to get one picked. You know, because we're leaving money on the table that the government's
Right.
giving us, so.
I think that's the road that Matt was talking about, that he said it ended up costing us more money to take that. There was something different about it. He explained it briefly to me. He's like, you can take it if you want. It's like, I would. So it's all,
This is what he would know or not, because we've been talking about this for over almost a year. So. I would say take it back to Mac and ask him if that's the grant he's talking about, because I don't want to really leave, and I don't know about the rest of you, but you know, we pay a lot in taxes. It'd be nice to get some of it back. Before we write that off. Besides the fiscal 27-year grant. Sorry. I'm not sick. That's my acid reflux. Just messing my throat up.
One other thing that Al needs to be aware of, Franklin County is the county that they've selected for VOSHA inspections.
so
Be prepared
What inspections?
for the Vermont VOSHA. Because they've
VOSHA
done it in a while, so that Enosburg's getting ready, all the other communities have been, BCLT sent out a note to everybody saying, hey, be prepared, here's what they're looking at, this is what they're doing.
Are we going after OSHA 10 or is it the big one?
It's the Vermont OSHA, which is basically federal, yeah. So it's all the stuff, safety equipment, facilities, it's everything. Stations.
Didn't we, didn't we just, they assessed, I know, the town building a while back, they, you know, you need to change the.
Did they do you guys? I don't remember if they did. They did.
Marker on the door or something on the.
I knock on wood, I think we're okay. Some cabinet updated, just to make sure, because I almost one of the things, the hardest part now is trying to keep things picked up, because it's such a small space and it just gets cluttered fast. There's no place to put anything.
Well, it's just, choose to make sure everyone's wearing their PPE.
You're just gonna say.
No, it's gotta be a mandate. Gotta mandate it.
I've been trying,
If it says no, send them my way. I'm gonna tell them they need to wear their. Paid for it, the town expects them to wear it. If they get hurt and they come in for not because they drop something on their toe and they're not wearing their steel tip shoes or their carbon fiber shoes, you know, they have to wear the PPE.
one guy stop and just hearing a different voice.
Yeah, I would gladly,
You know, just people and see if you see anything out of the room.
yep, no, this is not acceptable for folks to decide that they're just not gonna use the safety equipment.
Well,
That's another critical one.
If
We can get fined and God forbid someone actually hurts themselves, it's a workers' comp
They
claim.
could get denied.
And we have, I brought this up several meetings ago that these guys remember with the bucket loader and using that as a ladder and not wearing hard hats and everything else out there. You know, cowboy stuff works great when you're working on your own property. You're working for the government, you're working for your local community. You need to follow the rules. If they can't follow the rules, then we need to document that they're not following the rules. And honestly, it sounds horrible. Work them through the process and find some new people that'll follow. And you can tell them to watch this video. I'm talking to Brian and anyone else who's not wearing their PPE. We pay as a town for this stuff.
we have everything. We have got hard hats, we've got safety vests.
To wear it.
Well, as we,
There's not a debate on it, man.
oh,
You know, in the data centers, my guys don't have to wear it. Because we've already had people injured for silly stuff that had to wear the gear. And if OSHA's coming around, even if it's from us, they're gonna tag us, we're gonna get tagged.
Yeah.
Standing in,
A cheap fine.
You can send them home.
yeah.
without pay.
Safety glasses, I wear those things 24/7. I'm always, it just, because when we penalize.
There's protection, eye protection, foot protection, head protection, and vest.
You guys have supply for us, so.
We give, $500 stipend a year for all this stuff, clothes and protection equipment, and we bought the stuff separate
We
on
buy,
top of it.
we buy all the protection.
Yeah, we buy.
Yeah, so, you know, it's gotta be one. We're not doing it because we like to spend the money.
Same page.
Tell them if they don't,
I'm gonna come down and talk to him personally, and it's not me being a hammer, but we can't afford what comes after something happens.
Part of the policy,
Can't afford it.
personnel
Right.
policies.
It is.
All you need.
Gotta follow the documented procedure. Anyhow, I don't like being heavy, but in this case I will be. What else do I want to ask him? Come on, you know my mind. What was I gonna ask him? Oh, Finn, is this him or is this?
No. It's the town needs to have a floodplain administrator.
Oh. Gotcha.
Are you zoning?
Crickets. So late.
I got really quiet.
Well, he's, we're gonna have to figure out who that's gonna be, because that's coming up in 27, right?
Yep.
Doesn't like a Brian. Brian's actually very good with the paperwork and stuff. I would definitely.
See if it would go well with his.
It sounds like a, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could write like him. I got some serious chicken scratch one. Still, she don't want to be twins. But Brian's very good at writing. Straight stuff.
Regarding the roofing estimates, can you take this back to Brian for me? What I'd like him to do, I'll just sit here and grab them. The very top one, and you've got to confirm with the others. The top one says they need to be paid in full on the same day as completion of the job.
Okay.
We don't do that. No, we're government. Unfortunately, they'll have to wait till, unless they finish the job Monday night, they can be paid Tuesday morning, kind of thing. On a meeting day for us to sign the warrants.
Okay.
We can't do that. So they either are gonna have to work with us on that. And accept the fact that they won't get it until the second Tuesday when do they cut the checks? Tuesday? Tuesday. Yeah, so the second Tuesday or fourth Tuesday of the month,
Gotcha.
depending upon when they finish.
Yep.
And I understand the need to recoup. If they need a
So
deposit,
we could pay a deposit for
could do a deposit.
supplies.
Not the entire amount, but a deposit for, correct, like the supplies or something, if they need a deposit, but we can't do what they're asking for. Just logistically, we can't do it. We'd
I
love
think
to.
a deposit on supplies is fairly standard, isn't it? For a big-
The actual second one down is already, second or third one down literally says they need a deposit before.
Because that's the thing, is it through quotes in there?
There are several quotes.
Several, and that's for like the pain.
Well, some of it's, I think one of them is, I think the top one is a coating.
Code. Some,
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell and Roof Town asphalt.
Silverbright.
Asphalt.
okay.
So let's, if we can get on all of them, I don't know, I only looked through two of them, but on all of them, if we can get them to acknowledge in the writing portion of the show, that, they understand that they would be paid on either, depending upon when they finish the second
Gotcha.
or the fourth Tuesday of the month. But in order to be paid there, they'd have to be done by 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. on Monday and deliver the bill, right? Because the warrants are, that's like 10 a.m. Monday to get it done. If they were like, oh, we finished on Monday, the ladies pull the papers together.
I think that would be an issue for me if I was working for a municipality.
Yeah,
Just here's your roof.
on the very first quote, it says on the first page, they're going to be paid on the day they complete the project.
Yeah, that's.
So if you can get back to Brian, ask him, because I know he's the one who got into quotes, ask him to go back to him.
Okay.
And, please get them to send in writing. They acknowledge that, this is when the checks are cut for the town. Any questions for Alan? Anything that you can think of? Team? Team to the right? You're not allowed, sorry, your section's all.
Alan just for kudos for the ditching work that he did on East Hill, because in the 4 years that I've been driving that road, we get a rain like we got last couple weeks, there'd be, foot deep potholes, and it's held up really well. So that is exactly what the road needed, and then, yeah, it's gonna help the road stay nice in a way that it hasn't ever since I've been here, so.
Yeah.
Did it at the time.
Thank you, Alex.
They clean every other thing.
Yep. Some plans that key right now.
Pull the stock.
Go.
Absolutely. We also need to secure that somehow.
What's that?
We need to secure that this year instead of letting people come down with bucket loaders and just
I know,
make bucket
I know.
loads of it, right? So we need to figure out how to secure the front of that
The
somewhere.
gate,
But a gate is a great point. The lack. Someone coming down and says, I need a bucket. I'm thinking 5-gallon pail. I'm not.
Which is fine.
Picking up a bucket load of 3 or 4 times is not what was being.
Had it fine. We had somebody come with a bucket loader.
Trips with a bucket loader.
with a
Yeah.
tractor.
And basically a tractor with a bucket and people.
Yeah, like, this is not acceptable.
Yeah.
We need to fence off that area.
I was the 5-gallon bucket.
5-gallon bucket is not the problem.
Right.
The 5-gallon bucket's not the problem. It's people, and I get it. They're like, hey, I got a long driveway, but
That's
Yeah.
part of the cost of.
the town,
Your house.
and of course, the comment I see every year is someone goes, well, I pay my taxes. Well, pay our taxes. It's gotta go across everything. You just can't do that. That's not the way to do it. And it's interesting because in the last year, since we added the cameras, you can actually see who's picking up the stuff with the bucket loader. We were nice last year and didn't do anything with it. This year, I'm not quite sure how nice we'll be, but I think we need to really secure our supplies.
Need to make a note on town crier that
Yeah.
This is not open to the public and secure our.
Salt, people are sneaking in there with trucks taking however much of salt. And salt last year, I mean, I put a sleigh down there for them, like hang on and we talked to them like sure another road. Okay, people were running out and we still have salt.
Yeah, we'd like a cyclone fence with a lock on it or something in front of it's horrible to say, or park the loader in front of it. I don't know, but the easy access to it's not the way to do it.
After a really bad storm, it might be perfectly reasonable for somebody to come down with a 5-gallon bucket while you're there and say,
Yeah.
please, Caroline.
Yeah, right.
That's,
Who's arguing 5
Yeah.
gallon?
yeah,
Finding that.
yeah.
So fine with it.
Since I've been here, I think Kathy told me when I first moved in, you can go down and grab a bucket, like a
Yep.
5-gallon bucket load,
Yep.
but it's a bucket loader. There was a confusion in the words.
Yep.
And pickup trucks. I'm surprised they didn't back up a
I didn't know
dump
that. I
truck.
did not know that had happened
Yeah.
multiple times. I knew there was a.
Yeah, that is our challenge, but the
We need-
supplies are limited, so.
I mean, honestly, we have a few now, but if we had a couple, we could put some across the front and she'll put a little gate and food to.
You're right. I said that last year, I think,
Yeah.
as well.
Because I mean, it was kind of messed up last year.
Sign.
Things you just can't scoop over.
Max says to me, did you see the camera trying to steal diesel?
Yeah.
Diesel. And I was like, oh, right. So I backed up and it was about 12:30 in the morning. Goes up to a diesel pump, pops his hatch on his car, and he's got 3 or 4 cans in there, and started fiddling, and we went to the diesel pump and realized there was a camera. And you can hear them go, oh crap, they got cameras, and took off. So it's so good. It's like,
Yeah.
so I think we're just going to see stuff like that get.
Put a lock on the pump. Good.
There's actually not a lock on the pump, it's shut off from inside the
Go
building.
inside. No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just need to secure as much as we can because, it's the trust but verify kind of scenario on another level, trust but secure. We need to secure our supplies because it's not getting any cheaper and we don't have, last year, and I'm sure this year, it's going to be tough on getting salt.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive and then supplies are going
I'm
to
going to
be.
need a lot of it. If
Yeah,
we're going
So we
to have
can't play around. We need to, before we get into mid-September, we need to figure out how to secure that area.
Yep.
Lock it down.
I'm thinking we need a public notice too, so there's some clarification. There's no historical understanding anymore. This is how it is.
Yeah, we can't supply salt or any supplies, any consumables from the town building anymore. Without, no, just can't do it. I don't think we should.
I look like a bad guy because we've always had a little pile out there. And if people come get a bucket, I understand. Please, we come get a bucket. And it's too bad to penalize the honest people because they're dishonest.
You do. Yeah, we don't have the capability.
Figure out how many feet of waste block you need. They're just 2 foot high, but you can't get
Right.
a vehicle through, so. Figure out how many feet you need and I'll get a quote for you.
Block it in.
Then you can always move them back in the summer.
Would you want,
Fill it up.
jersey barriers or waste blocks?
So it doesn't matter, Jersey boards,
Easier to move in the spring.
What is it?
That time or something.
Highway divider, concrete highway divider.
Okay.
yeah, I'll figure it out and touch base and see. It's too bad we'll get to that.
All right, sorry, but thank you. You're gonna give that to Brian to back up. Anything else from?
I have a quick question. I've seen somebody filling water at the side of the town building on our spigot.
Really? What, outside this building?
Yeah. And I wondered if we routinely do that?
Were they watering the flowers and the?
No, they were filling up water.
I think last summer, someone's well went dry. Please, someone's well went
Things happen.
And we said they could come down and get some water. I don't know if that's, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think I've heard anyone's wells going dry. Is anyone's well dry, Tom? Hamster.
They're a shut off down solar.
Yeah, well, we'll just go down the basement and shut the water off. I'm looking at Alan, because the ladies aren't gonna wanna go down there.
If you, I won't get down there. Yeah, I'm down there, I'm like, well, 'cause I think there's that ladder at the park, right? And so I don't think they're flat.
The spigot in the
Yeah.
you go to down the cemetery, I should say.
Well, we don't need the outside water on unless it's needed.
Right.
We'll just, turn off the water. It's a shame. It really is a shame, but I know last year an individual came and asked.
Yes.
And that's the key thing. If someone asks, it's one thing, but just for folks
Yeah.
showing up, I need 15 gallons of diesel. I'm just gonna pump some out in my car and
So.
Lance, we know it's you. All right.
Wondering if it was my wife watering the flowers over at the church.
Oh, no. Okay, anything else, Ron?
No,
Thank you.
thank you.
Didn't think so.
Thanks, guys.
Town government emails. Okay, so update, I went to login.gov. I have applied for the town URL, either town of Bakersfield VT.gov, or I even just tried because no one has it, town of Bakersfield.gov. I'm gonna win that one. They're gonna do this, but I tried, they'll probably bounce that back. But hey, and it does say you really shouldn't request that, but I'm like, well, I'll just request it anyhow. What's the worst? Say no and pick the other one anyhow.
5 of them in the US.
Yeah, but the big one's out in Cali.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So yeah, true though. So, I did that last week. It says it's a 10 business day thing, so I'm just waiting to hear back. I gotta go back. I'll go out to the site tomorrow and hit the URL and see if it has updated and says anything. But we have filled out all the forms. I've filled out all the forms. We are officially have requested it and we're waiting. We're on track. Village trust initiative, we've already done, unless there's something extra you want to give us? No?
No.
Roofing quotes, they've been handed off to Al to get that worked on. Police contract overview.
Nothing.
Thank you. Town office chairs.
Yeah, so
I know you sent the email the other day to everyone. You sent that to the group, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a suggestion to trial some metal chairs to make sure we're not buying 100 that we hate and instead of just 20.
Kind of like buying them in sections because this wasn't in the budget to begin with. So I kind of like staggering some of those purchases so they're not all, if they break all at once, we have to buy them all at once again.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So if we buy them in different lots at different points, the chance of them all breaking at the same time is.
The price doesn't change. We're on
It
the
doesn't
government
change.
rate, so it,
Well, they go up, they just don't go up at the rate of the retail rate. They'll increase, they just will increase not to what the retail rate is now. It's not a frozen rate.
well, I asked him regarding the office chairs
Yeah,
that we also need to decide on, and I asked him if the per unit price would change if we only got 8 versus 15, and he said no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
so, let's take the office chairs real quick, because did they ever come back and counter with that crazy amount, the $400 and something a chair?
No.
No, so we got nothing out of that guy different?
Nope.
And that's disheartening.
Hmm.
Because the other guys were like, we can beat it. So I may go back to the other guys and go beat it. Because this guy says, no, he's not giving us anything on there. I'll see if we can get that.
We want 8, right? Is it 8 or 9?
Yeah.
I think the number was 8.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what
I
it
believe
was.
the number was 8 we're looking for.
Yep.
8 chairs. We put that down there, 8 chairs. I'm back in the office tomorrow and his business card is on my desk, so that should be easy enough to take care of. So on another, because I'll tell him, hey, okay, I'm coming to you as a customer and I want these chairs at the better rate. So anyhow,
With the metal chairs, why don't we get enough for our regular meetings, which is what, 20?
Mhm.
We say, what comes in?
get half of them up front so we get the cart and load
Yeah,
them.
that's what I'm saying. What comes in an actual rack of chairs? Isn't it?
The rack is different because you can get them in smaller, you can get them in little denominations, right? So I was thinking we wanted 100. If we just take the 50 and get one cart, we can hang them on the cart and have it. But we're gonna need another 100 for town meeting day.
Right, but that's not for another
You
6 months.
may. I've never seen that many people.
I'm just saying, there's been more than 50. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna need more than 50
Yeah,
cars. Unless you're gonna have some people stand.
In all the years I've been.
Well, that's why I don't think it's gonna be.
I've seen one.
Except for the wiring.
It used to be 110 or so.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to buy 100 at once.
No,
No, and especially if they're not giving some kind of price break.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna go back and the same guy I'm talking about 8 chairs, I'm gonna talk to him about that 100 chairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him, you know what, you guys need to do better, or we're just gonna go elsewhere.
Mhm.
Plain and simple. I like them, I use them, they're, New England kind of based. Actually, I go down as far as Philadelphia, I found that out the other day, but anyhow. All right, so that's where we stand with chairs. I will try to find something out tomorrow. I'll get back to you guys on the chairs. MERP update, I received a notification that we have to have every vendor under contract by September, the end of September, or that money is gone.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
So what do we need to do?
Well, I think, Tammy, I think they tested the furnaces in the basement, right? And they're all working? Did we get the bill? I haven't seen, Alan's being greedy with the darn warrants. I don't know if it's in there this week. Are they in there? Is the MERP stuff in the warrants this week?
I didn't see it.
Look, when Alan finally stops being stingy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Yeah,
Yes.
should be a separate warrant all unto itself. All right, we'll see what's going on with that. The end of September, you've got,
Yeah.
I got 30 days to get Bugby to either start the work or get under contract with us. You've got, if you can talk to your folks down the street here, they've got 30 days.
Mhm.
And Bugby's the biggest one, the insulation company.
Yep.
It's a church bell.
Mhm.
All right, Bugby is the insulation one, so I don't know what else they're planning, but if it's not under contract, expect that money to get taken back by the government. Is pretty much what they're saying. I'm just quickly looking through BCC,
Seen that.
BCA. Yeah, there's nothing from Merton. Okay. So the good news is these guys are already under contract and we paid them.
Right.
We have till, I want to say 2027 to finish the projects.
But it's getting
just
another
gotta go-
contract, right?
Contracts.
Where that commitment will be drawn back. That's a great question. I'm not going to go through my emails to give it to you right now, but I will give it to you. In 2027.
It's probably a fiscal year.
Be determined.
Yeah, I'll look it up. It's in my emails. So just trying to move the meeting along. Warrants and reports everyone's looked at.
Mhm.
We'll go through them in a couple moments and sign off on them and give them to Tammy when I'm done. Brigham Academy update,
nothing new.
nothing new. Now we're rapidly approaching that October date.
Yes.
Are they looking, or are they thinking that, pardon me, I'm so sorry. Are they thinking that, we're gonna hit it? They're gonna want it? Do we have anything from them? Unofficial?
We'll reach out to him.
Yeah, because Is it October 1st or October 31st?
No, it's in the middle of.
Middle of the month?
Yeah, like the 15th or 16th or something.
Okay.
Do.
And then one they have.
Oh, anyway, put that out, put it in separate folder.
I do that too.
There is a piece of mail that we need to address.
Piece of mail. I will get on that in a second.
But, yeah.
Just letting him read for what he was looking for. to
It's in
stay.
a separate folder, sorry.
It's a really
Yeah,
good
No
question.
problem. That's easy peasy.
Ride the bus, cause
Um,
they pick up the people next door.
Portalet. Do we pay for the portalets?
No.
Third of the year, yeah.
Okay, so this must be the third we pay then.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was.
All right, moving on. Review mail. So you brought up, where's the?
There is an email
There you go.
regarding busing. That's a
Same.
brilliant question. I don't know.
That decision is made by the busing company.
That's what
not
I
by the
thought.
town.
Not by the town. that's
Ah,
what I-
That's what I thought. So somebody needs to reach out to Brenda. I don't mind.
What they need, they can safely turn the bus around.
Right,
Before they will go up there.
right. And they don't have.
And there isn't one.
Have one there.
So it's nothing to do with snow. It's to do with not being.
Turnaround.
Safe place to turn around.
Okay,
And they're this company is very strict.
very
I think they
strict.
pick up in the village. They didn't used to.
That's Tammy's. Oh. Is it?
Is there anything
There
that
it is.
we can do as a board to help with that, or is it just
No,
not?
we consider the idea of making a place for buses to turn around.
Right.
Do we own property to do that up there?
No.
What area are we talking?
It's Basswood.
Where?
If you go up East
There's
Bakersfield
Westwood.
and turn left. And it's not just there, I'm sure there are other, there must be.
The
other-
person asking you actually lives on Belvedere Mountain Road.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
Yeah.
because it's for her grandchildren who don't live on Belvedere.
They live on Bassford.
Yeah.
Which
It's a great
is
question.
The turnaround that,
Is that?
well, they could go up and turn around on Belvedere Mountain Road. They could back up in.
They don't, but they don't consider that safe.
You know.
It's safe for a full length bus. I suppose we'd have to add culvert and make that.
Yeah. And I don't think if they continue up Basswood, there's a turnaround at the
No.
top either,
No.
is there?
I wonder if they'd send a small bus rather than a big bus.
I don't know that they don't. I don't know which ones they send up there.
Yeah, I'll respond to this email and
They pick up Waterville Mountain. Is there any kids on is there any kids on Waterville Mountain, I wonder? I don't think they do they?
No,
I don't think they go up that way at all.
Probably have to walk down if there was or get.
They get
driven
no
down.
turnaround, right?
They got no way. It was, imagine going up on one of them.
she's copied the school on this. I will do a response from our email
Yeah.
to all of these people.
Yep.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Just something.
So here is something that our town clerk has sent us regarding Johnson's tax notice.
No, I sent that. I'm not sure why.
I looked under this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
I thought it would be,
split taxes before a couple different times about trying to break up the tax payment, which is what, I may be reading this wrong, but that's what it looks like.
it was just generally so people understand their taxes better
just an
upfront. That was sent.
information card goes with the taxes.
Tax bills, yeah, our tax bill came with nothing when I was researching this and I was like, oh, that would probably be good.
Kind of break out on that.
Information how to pay it with a card. That's
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's a good
the
idea.
whole reason.
It's not a bad idea at all. Can you say that again, Tammy? We should give Tammy's personal home phone number so they can call and answer it. It says so high. That should be right on there. You assessed my property. Any information will help.
Do you need our?
I'll just smart.
Have this header.
Just teasing it.
Not our fault. I wrote it on all this.
That's a good.
We did not do this.
But yeah, I think it's a good idea and I don't see anything wrong with it.
Everybody else's tax
I
bill,
don't
mine went up.
typically need our permission to do it.
Mine went up 1,000.
Do a breakout of it, I agree.
My sister's in
Yeah.
Right.
On.
It's not a bad idea.
started with so little of that tax. And that's all we can control.
That's all you're right.
Well, that's true. As somebody who listens to you guys talk about it a lot, honestly, it's the truth. Yeah, we don't get the plethora or even the club's share of that, not even the lanes, we don't get the cub.
Oh, agriculture.
All right. So the other things in our mail are
10 acres. Huh?
quotes on a zero turn mower, which we just said, Al, go take a look at something else, but here's your quotes on a zero turn. Oh, you want to see that?
If, speaking to that,
It's
if
not
you
so
go, they
It's
cheaper.
have the store model,
Right.
which some of these models, they have a quite a decent selection, Tractor Supply, for instance. They have Bad Boy. They had a Toro there, wasn't it? Toro.
Yeah, everyone's one.
And they had a Cub, they've had Cub Cadet on and off. I personally have had two Bad Boys and I beat the ever
I
living
was gonna say they're a good
shot right out of them, and
Yep.
they're tough. They're not as comfortable as the Toro. The Toro, I think, was 5,000, right around 5,000. These quotes go up to 12.
Yeah, these are
We
more.
would save a considerable amount of money for the bucket loader. If
Wear and tear.
you think it's worth a shot.
We'll take a look at them and try.
Yeah, I mean, we can go price one and see what it is and you bring it back to you guys and, I mean, it definitely would save. If we're gonna continue to mow, ourselves, it would definitely save on that tractor.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a good idea. Let's hire somebody to mow in the summer.
Yep.
We'll do a contract.
Unfortunately, they've got to be 18.
Right.
Right.
And
workers'
insurances and all of that, because I think we ran into that a few years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll look at workers' comp.
Yeah.
Contract.
An employee to say, hey, we'll hire you for 15 hours a week. Mowing, string trimming, odds and ends, 20 hours a week, whatever you deem is necessary.
Somebody that I can't speak for me might be interested is maybe Dan.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something Dan would wanna do for
That's a good idea.
Yep.
every couple weeks or something,
Genius idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's already an employee once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can run it by him, see what he says, I mean.
Mhm.
Touch base with you guys.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
He has a business that does it, so.
Oh, you're retired too, right?
Huh.
Still got 5 jobs.
Nikki?
Maybe I need.
I would love to spend my days mowing. I'd rather do that than what I do.
Lance.
Lance.
Yes, I'm retired.
So, okay,
The bad boy already.
we need to figure that piece out of the house. So I'm gonna give this back to you as well, because I like hand and paper back.
Yeah.
Next one, Fairfield Community Center needs your input. I've read this several times,
We're a bit late. They needed it by
August 9th.
August the 9th.
Yeah, so
Fault also, I don't think this is really us answering this input. It seems like to me that this is something they wanted to send to individuals. I mean, they do put down here, they've got a checkbox for town officer or select board member. But really behind it is it's asking, are you aware of what they do, what they use? I can tell you myself, I've driven by it several times, but that's
I
about
think
it.
we're just on their email list.
yeah,
I think we're just part of them.
So this is the good email, we're out of here list. Dak, we don't need this anymore, right? Tammy, do you know the tax document thing? They're put in the mail with all of the tax bills
we knew at town meeting what they provided.
Next year.
for next year. Just drop it off at everyone's house. You don't have to mail it. Anyhow, the final thing in the mail is the fiscal year 26 grant aids, which we talked about. What are we doing with the V-Trans municipal roads and grants aid? I think I asked you to talk to Mac about this.
That is one I don't think we've traditionally applied for.
No.
Here you go, buddy. There yours. All right. Any questions with anything we covered? Moving on to others, any others?
It's one thing, there is a question that we voted to put on the ballot. Cannot be on the ballot.
Well, I forgot about that.
Yes.
I read that email, but I didn't understand.
Yeah. And I decided it wasn't worth
Legally,
it.
put that on the ballot.
It's not so much a question. We were doing a survey on the ballot is
Yeah.
what Kathy told me.
Okay.
Because we're saying choose column A, choose column B kind of thing. That's not a yes, no
Yes,
question.
If we said we'll move the meeting to this time, yes or no.
Right.
And
That would be a-
unfortunately, we didn't get the feedback from the elections division in time to make that change,
Right.
even though we had the stuff in our.
Doesn't mean you can't bring it up at the end of town meeting as a discussion. What you've done before.
And we do, see that, the reason why that doesn't work
I
is
know.
because the only people that are there giving their opinion are the people who can come to that
Survey, you
meeting.
could do a survey.
What I was gonna suggest is on
Yeah.
when we have the November ballot, we could have a big old easel out there with a big piece of poster board with the questions.
Yes.
And sticky dots, put your dots on the bit you agree with.
Kathy,
And it's dirty, but it's sense
Yeah.
if people care.
Kathy was suggesting that we just put together a form, a survey form, and have them fill out the survey. Like, here's
And then-
your post on your way out. Can you please fill out?
We
the
should do
survey?
that
You
too.
can do that.
It's important, and then we can get an idea and we can go from there. We can either put it on the
And
ballot.
it's not a legal.
The trouble is, if we do it in this building, we had what, 155 people voted?
Oh,
On the prior-
this one, yeah.
I mean, we are literally, that represents 15% of the voting population of the town.
Yes.
What about Survey Monkey? Send a link to our town crier.
It's 10.
We could do that too.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, we had 155.
The computer.
That misses a lot of people. I'm really interested in the people that actually vote. If they can't come and vote, do they? I should really rephrase that. I don't just care about the people who vote, but you know, it's.
Sorry.
You are correct.
That's like some of the.
This is about getting just a snapshot. Would people support changing town meeting day? Would more people come?
Yeah.
Question is, how do we get the butts in the seats kind of thing?
Yeah.
Meeting day.
And maybe we don't. Maybe people actually just don't feel the need to do that anymore, which is fine.
Sometimes
Yeah,
doing the
different
information
question.
on a Saturday and then your votes on the Tuesday for
Yeah.
town meeting day that
I
time.
mean, there's lots of ways of.
We can absolutely do an information on a Saturday because we have to do it,
Yeah.
within 3 days of the
Yeah.
election.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, it's like so much, but you have to be a minimum of 3 days before the
Yeah.
election, so you could drop it on a Saturday.
We could also put everything on the ballot.
Right. We could.
We don't, I mean, we vote,
don't have to do
we
town
don't
meeting.
have to do town meeting.
Right.
I mean, I'm not
It's tradition.
suggesting that we should stop, it's tradition. But if it's a tradition that only 20 people or 50 people are gonna support,
Well,
and I'm a supporter, but you know, it's.
If you look at the primary numbers, I mean, what did we have at town meeting day? You remember it's like 75
70, yeah.
in the 70s, and we had double that for the
Yep.
primary. So the theory is for folks coming and sitting here on town meeting, I do love standing up on the pedestal, but for the theory of folks, you get more.
Well, it might not be in here if there are that many people. We do it at school.
We'd do it at school if we had it on a weekend or something.
And wouldn't that be a problem to have that many people that we couldn't all fit in here?
That would be great. That
So
would be great.
I think it's an important question to ask.
we
And I,
should do.
That's okay. We start at 10 a.m. We'll get it through. So, but and the lunch will be reinstated, right? So but yes, I agree. I think, like I said, Kathy's suggestion was we do a little survey for them, print out a bunch of surveys and say,
think
please
that's
turn
great.
this in on your way out.
I like that.
Make it available to anybody can come in and pick up a survey, even if they're not coming to vote.
Right. Doesn't have to be done that day, right?
no,
Would it be worth doing a mailing?
on the website and on the wire.
So anyhow,
Yes, thank you for letting
we're
me.
gonna ask Brian if he wants to be the FEMA website. Look at this, man. We can help this stuff back.
Okay.
I'll make it disappear. Depending upon the answers. All right, guys, anything else?
I will make a motion that we adjourn.
I got a motion. A second?
Second.
John, a motion? You seconding that thing?
I do.
I got a motion made by Nikki and seconded by Lance and several other people, I'm sure, that we adjourn for the evening. All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Go.
8:15 p.m.
So.
Just,
Yeah.
right, I'm trying to shut this off. Yes, 1 second.